Ever seen a motorcyclist pull off an insane stunt and wondered how they do it? It's not just about skill, it's physics in motion. Stunts like wheelies or drifts rely on balance, weight distribution, and the bike's center of gravity. When you lean into a turn, your bike's tires grip the road by tilting the frame while keeping the rider's body aligned. This dance between speed and control is what makes stunts thrilling, yet technically complex. It's not just about raw power, it's about precision, timing, and understanding forces like friction and momentum. That's why even small adjustments can make a huge difference in performance. When a motorcyclist carves through a sharp turn at high speeds, the tire's tread pattern and pressure determine grip. A slick tire excels on straightaways but struggles in corners, risking slides. Too much pressure stiffens it, like ice skates on pavement. Just right? It molds to the road, biting for control, critical for speed and safety. Torque and counter-torque, the dance of control. When a motorcyclist pulls off a wheelie, the bike's front tire lifts due to torque from the engine and rider weight. To keep it stable, the rider shifts their center of gravity backward, creating counter-torque that balances the forces. It's like standing on a spinning platform. Precision keeps you upright. This same principle applies during sharp turns, where shifting weight helps maintain grip and control. Without this dance between torque and counter-torque, even simple maneuvers become risky. Always remember, safety first, stunts second. When a motorcyclist performs a high-speed drift or sudden stop, it's not just about the bike's power. It's about balancing engine force and braking. Imagine riding while braking gently to stabilize your bike, like shifting weight when turning. Too much brake can cause skidding, especially on wet roads. But controlling both forces lets you stay in control, like a rider executing a snap turn by quickly shifting weight while braking. It's about precision. Too much of either force wobbles the bike, but balance it right for perfect maneuvers. When a bike leans into a turn, it doesn't just follow the rider's weight shift, it actively steers itself through physics called countersteering. Imagine pushing your handlebars to the left while turning right. The bike resists at first, but then bends that way naturally. This happens because the front wheel's angle changes how air flows over the tire, creating a force that pulls the bike toward the lean. Without this, you'd need to constantly turn the handlebars like a car. It's why experienced riders can swerve quickly or even scoot around obstacles by flicking their wrists. It's not magic, it's the tire talking back to the rider. But here's the catch. If you lean too hard or too fast, the bike fights back, causing wobbles or even highsides. Master this trick, and you'll feel like the bike is an extension of your body. When a motorcyclist leans into a turn, the bike's weight shifts to the inside tire, increasing grip and stability. This isn't just about balance, it's physics in action. The center of gravity plays a huge role. If the rider sits too far back, the bike becomes unstable at high speeds. If they're too forward, handling suffers during sharp turns. It's like riding a bike on a tightrope. Precision is everything. For example, when performing a wheelie, the front tire lifts, but the bike remains stable because the rider adjusts their weight to counteract the torque. This balance between rider position and bike mechanics is what makes stunts so impressive. People say lean harder when a bike wobbles, but that's the worst advice. Too much lean shifts weight to the inside tire, starving the outside of grip. It's like standing on one foot. If you tip too far, your body corrects by shifting back, not leaning deeper. That momentary loss of control is why riders practice countersteering, a quick flick outward before leaning in. Without it, the bike resists, leading to highsides or skids. Even pros adjust their weight subtly, like a dancer balancing on a ball. Too much tilt and gravity takes over. Watch closely as a rider navigates this high-speed chase. The bike leans sharply into the turn, but instead of wobbling, it stays stable. That's countersteering in action. Riders push the handlebars outward before leaning in. It sounds counterintuitive, but it's like tapping the brakes before accelerating to stay balanced. Without this flick, the bike would resist, causing a high side or skid. Notice how the rider adjusts their weight subtly, like shifting your hips when walking downhill. Too much lean shifts weight to one tire, starving the other of grip, making the bike feel unstable. It's like standing on a tightrope. Precision matters. The stunt isn't just skill, it's physics and motion. When you see bikers carving sharp turns at high speeds, it looks like magic, but it's really physics. The bike leans into the turn, shifting weight to the inside tire for grip and stability. If the rider sits too far back, the bike becomes unstable, like a pendulum swinging wildly. too far forward. Handling suffers in quick turns. It's all about balance, like riding a tightrope. Even wheelies rely on weight adjustment to counteract torque. But here's the catch. Too much lean can starve the outside tire grip, causing skids or highsides. That's why riders use countersteering, a quick flick outward before leaning in to keep control. It's like tapping your foot to stay balanced while walking downhill. Watch this rider navigate a high-speed chase. The bike leans sharply, but stays stable because of that countersteer. Notice how the rider shifts weight subtly, like adjusting your stance on a moving train. This isn't just skill, it's physics in motion. When a motorcycle leans into a turn at high speed, it's not just about skill, it's physics. The rider shifts weight to the inside tire for grip, but too much lean can starve the outside tire, causing skids or even highsides. That's why countersteering, a quick flick outward before leaning in, is crucial. It's like tapping your foot to stay balanced while walking downhill. Watch as this rider navigates a tight turn. The bike leans sharply, but stays stable because of that countersteer. Notice how the rider adjusts their weight subtly, like shifting your stance on a moving train. This isn't just skill, it's physics in motion. High-speed stunts like this one rely on countersteering, a technique where riders push the handlebars outward just before leaning into a turn. This might seem counterintuitive, but it's actually about preloading the bike's suspension to maintain balance, much like how you'd shift your weight when walking downhill to stay upright. Too much lean without this flick can cause the bike to wobble or even highside. Riders also adjust their body position subtly, shifting weight to the inside tire for better grip and stability, similar to how a tightrope walker balances on a narrow line. This isn't just about skill, it's physics in motion, turning sharp turns at high speeds into something controlled and precise. When you see a motorcyclist carving a sharp turn at high speed, it looks effortless, but it's actually a dance with physics. The bike leans into the curve, shifting weight to the inside tire for grip. Too far back? The bike wobbles like a pendulum. Too far forward? Handling suffers in quick turns. It's all about balance, like riding a tightrope. Countersteering, a quick flick outward before leaning in, helps maintain control. Watch this rider navigate a high-speed turn. Notice how the bike stays stable, despite the lean, thanks to that subtle countersteer.